Old School Bodybuilding Clothing Company. If leg day was yesterday and now you're wondering why toilets are so damn low, you are definitely old school. If you're the only athlete at your gym that knows there's a contest today and it's to see who trains the hardest, you are old school. OSBBC.com for the hardest training athletes.
Welcome back to Live with, brought to you by Species Nutrition. I'm Dave Palumbo here with Blessing Awodibu, days after placing third at his pro debut in Indy.
I'm laughing at you, Dave.
Congratulations.
For pronouncing my second name wrong.
Well, give me the right pronunciation. Awodibu?
Awodibu.
Awodibu. Okay, I'm sorry. I put the accent on the wrong part of your name.
I'm used to it. Every single time they announced me at the show, it was different every time.
Yeah, you know, it's you know why? Because everyone pronounces it differently. So I was just sticking with my pronunciation, but I'm now glad you corrected me because I like to get things proper.
It's all good, Dave.
I hear the head judges call out names and they never know, they can't pronounce the names properly, and these guys judge you every single week. So it's, you know, it is what it is. Awodibu. I got you, Awodibu. Sid pronounces your name right all the time on our show. So. All right, let's talk Indy Pro. There was a lot of hype. You know, everyone was watching all your Instagram photos and everything like that. And There was a lot of hype. And you know what? I'm just going to give you my opinion. I think you delivered because you showed up in shape. You might have been a little flat, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but you showed up in your best shape ever. Pro debut, your presentation was great. You placed top 3. I think that this was an absolute success for you. Give me your impression of this first pro show, and then what you think might have gone wrong and what you might have think went well.
I mean, obviously, you know, I had an eye hope for myself going into that show because I know the amount of work that I put into this prep, and I know what I can do. I know I have the ability to do a lot of damage in this industry,
right.
And I have a great belief in myself. But you know, going into this show, and you know, the reason why we did in this show was to make all the necessary mistakes,
right,
so we can be at my best at New York Pro or any show after that. So that was if I had jumped into New York Pro straight away and I made all them mistakes, because to be honest, Dave, I made a lot of amateur mistakes, you know, and that was always gonna happen.
Right.
You know, so it was nice that I literally Indy was just all about learning for me.
What mistakes did you make, do you feel?
First of all, I think my posing was off. You know, I was a little nervous.
Okay.
And I wasn't holding my pose well enough. I think you can notice that I lost balance a couple of times. And in the front double bicep, actually a few times where the judges, they call front double biceps, and they were just, you know, the support where I let it go, and I thought that they were done with it, but then the rest of the guys were still going. So that was, the judges didn't like that.
Right.
You know, so a lot of that was happening, and of course we messed up the pre-judge, we messed up big time.
What did you mess up? What do you think you messed up? You were too flat?
We messed up with the water, and I was not really, I wasn't fully loaded, and I was just so flat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was so flat. My legs weren't there. There weren't no separations. They were deflated.
Right.
Even some of the pictures that was going around in the after the pre-judge, I was like, shit, is that me? I was.
Oh, really?
I was really.
Did you feel like you were maybe over diuretic or too depleted? Is that what was the problem?
Probably over there. Yeah, I didn't need any diuretic.
Oh, you didn't use any diuretics, really? Okay.
I shouldn't. Yeah, and over dieted as well.
Oh, so you think you shouldn't use diuretics, but you did use diuretics? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I don't think I needed it.
Okay, got you. Now, how did you add all that weight between prejudging and finals? Because you did come back rather, different at the night show.
Literally, we knew exactly what we did wrong, and we just went straight to work right after prejudging. And I had so much food.
What did you eat?
I had like 5 burgers.
That's a man after my own heart. Yeah.
And 1 steak maybe 2 bananas.
Yeah.
What else? What else?
Were you drinking at all too? After prejudging? I think we lost him. He froze. I got him so scared with the. He said 10. What did he say? 5 burgers.
5 burgers, 2 steaks.
5 burgers and 2 steaks. God knows what he drank. You know, it's funny, but after you get off stage and all those nerves are gone and you start pounding the food into yourself, it's like your body just slurps it up and water doesn't go. It only goes into the right direction. If you would do that the night before, or you do that before the prejudging, you would look like a mess. But for some reason, I think it's a combination that the nerves are gone, the muscles are already so dry that they just want to basically drink that water up. Obviously, if you would do it for an extended period of time over, of course, a couple of days, you're gonna smooth out. But it seems like between prejudging and finals, that 4, 5, 6 hours between those, you really can't mess up at that point. And so it's a miracle what your body can do between 2 shows. And a lot of people don't understand it. They think, oh, you should have done that before prejudging, and that doesn't work. You got to have a different strategy going into prejudging versus going just in from prejudging to night show. Do we have him back?
I think so.
All right. Well, can you hear us, Blessing? We can't see you. I think he's eating a couple burgers right now. He was feeling flat, and so he wants to make sure it's even though there he is. All right. We got you back.
Oh, connect audio.
Put your audio back on so we can hear you.
Oh, dear.
Nope, he froze again.
His connection.
Maybe he's in a hotel. He doesn't look like he's in a hotel, is he? No, maybe he's in his house. He might just have a bad connection. Well, we're going to find out what the I guess you could say the formula is going to be for him this coming weekend going into New York Pro, obviously, because he doesn't want to over dehydrate. He wants to make sure he fills up. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of burgers and fries in his repertoire going into this weekend. All right, there we go. We got you.
Yes.
All right. I was just giving people an explanation as to sometimes, what you can do between prejudging and night show with eating is a miracle, like how your body can suck that up. If you did that the day before, you'd be a watery mess. But so what's the strategy now going into this week in New York Pro? Like, what are you going to do the last couple of days that you didn't do before Indy?
I mean, literally, I don't really got to do anything with anything crystal with water, to be honest. And of course, I definitely need to carb up a lot more.
But are you afraid that if you carb up more, that you might hold water if you don't use a diuretic this time?
What's that?
Because you're going to be carbing up more heavily this time, I'm sure using a little bit more junk food too, because that's obviously your body responds well to it. Are you afraid not using a diuretic that you could possibly spill over, with the additional food?
I don't think we're gonna use it, and if we're ever gonna use it, it's gonna be very, 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 very small. Okay. And the timing as well was really wrong. Like that Saturday, Friday night, I literally did not sleep. Instead of sleeping, I was trying to I did not get.
Were you nervous? Is that why you didn't sleep?
Because the planning and we're eating during the night instead of sleeping, So
no, that's like
all that should have been done, by Friday, by 11 p.m.
100%, yeah. You got to sleep. People don't realize sleep is really important.
Yeah. To be honest, after the prejudging, I felt like I had a little memory loss because I couldn't remember hitting after the shots, and I was asking the guy, did I hit side chest? Did I hit my quarter tons? Because I literally could not remember what went on.
Your brain, when it's dehydrated, it doesn't work well. People don't realize that. Try waking up from a hangover. You don't think very clearly. It's the same phenomenon essentially.
Yeah, I was not myself. I was not myself in the prejudging. But overall, to be honest, it was a great lesson, and of course, that was kind of expected, and. We will not make the same mistake going into New York.
Gotcha. So do you think that you have the ability to beat, Muhammad Elman, Justin Rodriguez? Can you beat these guys or,
100%. If I'm at my 100%, I can fight literally head to head with Justin for that first place. If I get to where I need to be.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I'm excited to see what you look like this weekend. Also, obviously, I got to bring up the 1,000-pound elephant in the room. Nick Walker. Obviously, you guys have been talking smack the last couple months, really. about who's going to beat who.
We got to bring in some excitement, right?
I think more people are interested in who's going to win, you or Nick, rather than who's going to win the New York Pro.
100%. Look at that. If you look at the Indy Pro pay-per-view, you know, everyone was tuning to see me.
Yeah.
We crushed the online stream, and it's gonna get even New York's gonna get crazier.
Yeah, I think
because everyone's ready to see me battle Nick and the rest of the guys. Yeah. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. And the online stream is gonna go crazy hard.
They should give you a cut of it. You should be getting like Floyd Mayweather. You should be getting a cut of the live stream.
I'm bringing a lot of eyes into this sport.
They should give you like a 0.5 percentage point on all the live stream views that you bring in.
At least.
You guys should have. No, this is seriously. This is what they should do. They should give you guys your own codes. Whoever, if they use the Blessing Awodibu code, then Awodibu code, excuse me, then you should get like a cut or something like that of all the people who sign up with your code.
It's only right. It's only right.
You know what? I think I just created a great idea for promoters out there. If you want to, guys, give codes out to all the people competing in your show. If people bring in business for you guys, you give them a small cut, even if it's $5.
It's the start.
A pay-per-view. Who cares?
This is what I'm talking about. About bringing something new into the sport, changing the game. Look, listen, I'm all for building this sport and making it a lot more fun than what it is right now, and just building it from the ground up and making it a lot bigger.
Right.
And this is the way I feel. We can go about it. A little bit of narrative, a little bit of story, a little bit of back and forth between one athlete and another. That's going to generate more interest.
Yeah.
And before you know, we have people right now. I have a lot of people who are going to tune into this New York Pro who are not even into fitness or into bodybuilding.
No, they just want to see you and Nick Walker go at it, right? Exactly.
They just want to see the boogeyman and Nick Walker go at the head. They don't even understand what's going on.
Right.
Right. And it is fun. It's all fun and nothing serious. It's just having fun and enjoying the sport.
I really hope, and maybe I know all the judges watch these shows and stuff like that. I hope that they do a call out. Tyler Mannion or Steve, whoever's watching this who's going to be head judging, give us one call out. Nick Walker blessing Awodibu. That's what we want to see. We want to see you guys mano a mano, just by yourselves.
I think everyone's down
for the fans.
We want to see that.
For the fans, right. And then we can make an assessment who beats who, one-on-one.
100%.
I love it. All right, well, I know you got to go. I know you're busy and everything like that. I want to just wish you the best of luck, and also I want to congratulate you on that 3rd place. I think a lot of people were a little harsh on you, but I think it was a great pro debut. I think you did your job. You showed up in shape, and you should be proud of yourself.
Thank you so much, Dave. I appreciate you for taking the time out and knocking me on there. And man, New York Pro is going to be a water show.
All right, guys, sign up for the live stream. You don't want to miss this one. It's going to be a great battle.
100%.
All right, Dave Palumbo here with Blessing Awodibu. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
All right, Dave. Thank you. Bye-bye.